Welcome to the world premiere of HCL Volt MX. My name is Richard Jefts. I'm the Vice President and General Manager at HCL Digital Solutions. And today I'm joined by Andrew Manby and Jason Gary. If you have any questions during this session, please leave them in the webinar chat or post them to HCL Digital Solutions Twitter handle and use the hashtag HCL Digital Week. Welcome to the unveiling of HCL Volt MX. We are incredibly excited to introduce Volt MX. This is a proud moment for HCL Digital Solutions. It's been an amazing 4 months since the official partnership with Temenos, and boy, that has gone by fast. This is a key announcement that sets the stage for an amazing 2021 for us. Introducing Volt MX, and what is it? Volt MX is an industry-leading low-code application development platform. You can deliver beautiful apps across multiple digital touchpoints, all on one platform fast. It is imperative that organizations create engaging experiences for their customers, employees, and partners across all their digital touchpoints. As we've seen in other areas of our portfolio, namely mobile and PWAs, they are essential as well to digital innovations. The Volt MX platform powers developers' productivity, agility, the speed to build apps that transform their business, customer journeys, and employee engagement. Our goal at HCL Digital Solutions is to be the leader in low-code application development platforms for professional and citizen developers. Under HCL's leadership, we've delivered 2 major releases of Domino. As part of Domino V11, we delivered a low-code solution called Domino Volt to help our Domino customers build fast solutions without the need for technical expertise. Since April, I can say it's been a great success. Customers not only love it, but they're also building new applications with it. Today, you're joining us for the world premiere of Volt MX. We are here to show you the capabilities, the demos, and the innovative use cases of this amazing low code for the professional developer. Looking ahead to 2021, we'll be launching the next release of Domino V12 and Volt MX version 10. We're also excited to be launching Volt Business, a new low-code solution for citizen developers. Now let me hand this off to my great friend and our CTO, Jason Gary. Jason, why don't you show them what Volt MX can do?
Absolutely, Richard. I'll tell you, I am really excited about this. I'm going to talk to you about Sam. Let me introduce you to him. He's on a trip to a city a few hours away for an important client presentation. Unfortunately, in his rush from the train station, he drops his laptop, and looking at it confirms the worst. It's cracked. He uses his phone to search for the closest electronics store to find a replacement. And fortunately for him, the closest store happens to be Max Electronics, a place he frequently shops, and he already has the app downloaded on his phone. When he arrives at the store, the new COVID-19 policies mean customers can't physically test any product. Sam needs to make sure that the laptop has all the needed functionality, but it's not a problem. He uses the augmented reality, AR, built right into the HCL Volt MX app. He selects the laptop he wants to explore and gets more information about that specific model. Sam also needs to find a stronger protective case. This sort of accident obviously can't happen again. Though he's in a new town and he's not familiar with the store's layout, Sam is guided directly to the computers and accessories section with step-by-step guidance. The application leverages the power of interior beacons in the store that can be picked up by the HCL Volt MX mobile app using the built-in SDK and Flare, which Andrew's going to talk a little bit more about to you, that supports those capabilities. When Sam makes his selections, he scans the corresponding product barcodes right into the app, which takes him to a checkout screen to complete his payment. HCL Volt MX not only does location services natively, but offers a variety of ways to connect to commerce systems via the power of its middleware, Foundry. Sam receives confirmation right in the app and gets a notification when the purchase is ready for pickup. Now, arriving back home after a successful client pitch, Sam begins to fill out his expenses in HCL notes, leveraging the power of HCL Domino. And here's the expense application. For some of you, this one will look familiar. This is the expense report application bundled in the classic Nifty 50 from the mid-90s. Proving the longevity of Domino applications, Sam jumps right in and enters its expenses right in the form. But this app is different. This app has one important change in it. A developer has added the HCL Volt MX LotusScript toolkit to the LotusScript-based workflow, allowing the power of HCL Volt MX, including things like native notification, to be sent via LotusScript. We are announcing today that the HCL Volt MX LotusScript toolkit is available right now, open source on github.com. And we will be working with you, our community of customers and partners, to improve it publicly together. As an aside, while investigating this old but still very useful application, we checked into the design history of it and discovered that the oldest design element of this Domino application was created on, and I kid you not, the 3rd of September, 1987, a full 2 years before Notes 1.0 was released. And for reference, in 1987, both Richard and I were sophomores in high school. Meanwhile, using the HCL Volt MX LotusScript toolkit, a notification is sent to Sam's direct manager's smartphone to approve the expense. With HCL Volt MX, you can deliver HCL Domino connected applications like this simple approval app as a native mobile application, complete with native push notifications. Given that this was an unexpected purchase and without prior permission in place, this expense requires yet another round of approval by his vice president. She gets a notification on her smartwatch right there of the expense, which she can approve directly by tapping at her watch. As you can see, you can integrate business logic workflow written in LotusScript using the HCL Volt MX LotusScript toolkit to deliver multi-channel experiences on Android, iOS, progressive web apps, native Windows applications, and oh yes, on wearables, all leveraging the same code. Over to you, Andrew.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Richard. And like both of you, I'm super excited not only about the demo, great demo as always there, Jason, but also about Volt MX. So what makes Volt MX special? You know, from the customers I've spoken to, and I know Jason and Richard have, you know, they prioritize mobile development and multi-experience as they pivot to become digital-first organizations. They've chosen the Volt MX technology stack to accelerate their development team's solution delivery, often from months to weeks, and be assured that they can scale to meet their customer demands from hundreds to potentially millions of users. What makes Volt MX stand out among the other low-code platforms? Well, it's really three things which I'm going to further unpack in the presentation. The first area, and you've seen all of these, is the first one is build once, deploy everywhere. As you saw in the demo, Volt Iris, which is our development experience, supports native mobile, progressive web app, conversational apps, wearables, and more, and can be built and deployed anywhere in a fraction of the time, at any scale, and with any complexity. Integration without limits. The platform removes back-end complexity and easily unlocks existing data, business processes, and helps developers connect diverse systems and data sets easily and efficiently. Often, it reduces development time to market by more than 60%. The last area, innovative interactions and meaningful engagement. Today, it's all about captivating users and staying ahead of the competition by incorporating advanced technologies that drive adoption, engagement, and retention of users. Imagine engaging your users in new ways with virtual reality, augmented reality, as Jason showed you, and other mechanisms such as voice chat. So you can add your choice of virtual elements, artificial intelligence, or natural language processing engines with ease. So let's dive into each one of these in turn. So your internal development teams don't need to become experts on both iOS and Android, or any new platform that comes along for that matter. Using a single code base, they can build amazing apps with no limits on the user experience, as I said, at any scale and complexity. So let me give you a real example of this. We have a global consumer company that operates in more than 100 plus countries and territories using the Volt MX platform. Their goal in using the platform was to expand the business by equipping their independent agents with rich content mobile tools and e-commerce capabilities on their phones and tablets. With Volt MX, they've delivered a suite of 20 apps to more than 30 countries with minimal customization. Using Volt MX, their teams devised a systematic approach to creating components that allows them to launch apps much faster and in an economical way. The benefits to them have included consistent user experience around the globe, and even that can be delivered even though some of the backend systems may vary by country. One of the other things they get the benefit from is from Foundry's built-in analytics, because it provides them with the insight of how their apps are used and how to improve them immediately. The bottom line for them is they've reduced their development time and cost by 50% with their component strategy built right on top of Volt MX. So this next area is something that I think is fantastic and essential for any low-code platform. Using Volt Foundry, part of Volt MX, Volt Foundry provides a set of pre-built enterprise backend services that power your client applications and can integrate with virtually any backend data, application, or system. As you can see here, you can visually map your app to backend APIs, databases, middleware, or pre-built or custom connectors, and can easily orchestrate integrations across systems with a few mouse clicks. Having Foundry as part of Volt MX means your developers and designers can focus on building great apps. Also, you can use Volt Foundry and its SDK with the React toolkit. So you get some of the same development advantages, even if you're using some of those native toolkits. So let me give you an example. One of our Volt MX customers is a Fortune 500 oil and gas company. In their market, managing facility turnover and onboarding new staff, conducting routine inspections and monitoring safety are key concerns. For example, they've developed over 10 apps with Volt MX for their field workers and safety compliance officers. Since some of those workers are on oil rigs, including the North Sea, where there is minimal connectivity, working offline is an essential feature of those apps, and that's right in the heart of the Volt MX platform. These apps have helped them to automate their core maintenance and inspection workflows and procedures. These apps have helped them to digitize tons of previously manual processes and enable them to integrate into their existing SAP and JD Edwards systems seamlessly. So let's look at the third and final area. So the Volt MX platform simplifies the adoption of technologies such as in-store wayfinding, as you saw from Jason, intelligent chatbots, VR, AR, and wearables, and more, ensuring that you're at the forefront of the latest technology. Our modern architecture provides the framework necessary to add these advanced technologies into apps for hundreds to potentially millions of users without being locked into any specific toolkit. So let me give you a real example. So one of our customers is one of America's largest craft retail chains. Their app, built on Volt MX, is at the cutting edge of delivering additional innovation for their in-store experience. It's used by millions of their shoppers, and during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the Volt MX platform sent out over 1 billion notifications to all its users. Yes, that's 1 billion notifications. The app has multiple ways to navigate around the store and has touchless comments built in. So imagine you can scan a QR code, or you can use its interactive voice experience. Shoppers can ask for the location of an item, and they can be prompted with real-time navigation instructions using AR through their camera. Wow. They can ask for tips and ideas, and the app will generate a list of related YouTube videos or articles around a particular topic. At this time of year, That's great for making decoration and gift ideas with the holidays coming up. Do you want to know how sticky this app is? It's rated 4.8 in the Apple App Store. So let me get to the heart of the matter. So here's the Volt MX platform architecture. It's impressive technology. Jason mentioned I was going to talk about some of these aspects in detail. So let me start with Flare. Flare is our patented strategy for delivering multi-experience solutions using a common set of APIs and widgets. Flare is built into how we use the Volt Iris IDE. It's the secret sauce. You get the functionality of a native app, but you're abstracted from the complexities of an individual device and operating system. How cool is that? Iris, that's the IDE, enables developers to build, preview, and test their designs across multiple devices. Business stakeholders can participate right from the inception of every project, so user acceptance testing is completed sooner and higher adoption of the app is more likely. Iris supports the use of web components as well as in developing PWAs, you can embed HTML5, Cordova, and Angular elements as well. If it doesn't only stop there, you can do live recording of test scripts from within the tool. That allows the DevOps process to begin during the development phase. These scripts can be migrated to your QA procedures. And since integration is a key requirement, Iris is tightly coupled with Volt MX, simplifying the security and integration processes for developers, keeps them focused on building the apps that you need. So let's talk about Foundry. Using Volt Foundry, we simplified the integration across multiple backend processes, apps, and data sources, as you heard me mention. If you're not familiar with a data source, it doesn't matter. For example, you don't need to be an SAP or an Oracle ERP expert. To help drive efficiencies into developing more complex apps, workflows, and business rules, all of those capabilities are built in. Fundamentally, Foundry provides API management for your low-code application development. We enable you to use Volt Foundry as your app middleware too. You can also use connectors or plug in Boomi or Informatica or whatever your integration layer is in-house. Out of the box, you have analytics on your APIs and custom reporting built in to learn about your app usage patterns, customer journeys, and find out where your users are abandoning the app. Incidentally, this is where we're imagining the first integration touchpoints are with Domino. In fact, you heard Jason talk about it already, and you can learn more about the Lotus Script toolkit that we have for Volt MX on GitHub. And I know that URL has been provided. The next part is Marketplace. Volt MX has an online developer community that contains education materials, tutorials, and documentation. It's part of an integrated portal experience. Marketplace is the repository where we keep hundreds of code snippets and examples that developers can use to learn the platform and kickstart their development. We expect to add more to this in the future. Also, we'll be looking to broadening this approach to include Domino and other products in the portfolio. And lastly for this slide, cloud native and SaaS hosting. We have Volt MX available for on-premise deployment, and we offer SaaS delivery. We intend to provide container platform support in 2021, including OpenShift and Kubernetes for Azure and GCP platforms. So you have choice of how and where you want to deploy your Volt MX applications. In fact, it's your cloud choice. So let me take you to an example, and this will be my last slide here. So here is a great example of a digital pivot, taking an existing digital touch point to the next level with Volt MX. The District of Columbia's Department of Motor Vehicles, the DCMV for short, have a mobile app. It was originally an extension of their website with lots of useful, rich content. However, the app was recently relaunched with the goal of skipping the trip to the DVM service center. However, in other words, it's an eco-friendly digital transformation for all of their 650,000 residents. So what's innovative, you say, about it? Well, you get an authenticated digital license, car registration, and identity card in your Apple Wallet. That's where you and I have had our credit cards, our frequent flyer, and loyalty cards, hotel loyalty cards originally. It's a secure solution. You can use it in your daily life. And if you're unfortunate enough to get stopped by the police in DC, you can show them your driver's license in the digital form. Now, as you can imagine, Volt Foundry was used as part of this solution and integrates with their core backend and their content management systems, which are used across their agencies via a set of REST APIs. Imagine if you need a temporary plate for a new car, you can simply scan your VIN number and they'll issue you one of those temporary plates electronically. No paperwork, no waiting. The vehicle registration and residential parking renewals are simplified too. You even get an e-receipt directly from making a payment from within your app. No phone calls. It's secure end-to-end encryption and protected binaries. But they just got started and they plan to extend this app much further. So not only from consumers to helping car dealers and fleet operators with new vehicle registrations right through the same app. And if you've ever spent any time working with the dealer to get a car, that's a big saving. So what are they also going to be doing in the future? They also want to use the app to be able to generate very specific special identity QR codes. So you ask yourself, well, how could that be used? Well, imagine if you're at the drugstore and they want to check your identity, they could scan the QR code and authenticate who you are. So no more fake IDs. This is such an advanced application. And it's continually amazing me when I see it, because now using this application, if you're unfortunate enough to get a speeding ticket or a parking fine, you can pay for that within the app. How cool is that? And I know there's more to come. So with that, over to you, Richard, for the last couple of slides.
Excellent. Thank you, Andrew. And I got to say, yes, that is super cool. And, something that we've all had experiences at the DMV here. So, any way to improve that experience, I'm looking forward to it myself. So let's talk about why Volt MX matters to all of you. First, you've heard that we do native mobile app dev extremely well with sparklers like AR, VR, and voice chat. You get rich native device functionality and performance in a single code base for both Android and iOS. However, you can use our Volt Iris IDE to create native PWAs apps from a single code base. Second, Mendex and OutSystems can now create PWAs and web apps, but they do not do native mobile apps. So you would have to bring in another tool set to create your native mobile apps when you need rich app capabilities such as AR. And you will need those capabilities sooner or later. You can do both in Volt Iris IDE and the Volt MX platforms. Now, third, using Volt Foundry, we simplify the integration across the backend process, apps, and data source. Compared to the competitors, you don't need to be an expert on the data source you are using. Data is very easy to manipulate, filter, reformat on the fly to meet the needs of the app. And you don't need to add or buy another integration layer, thereby it reduces complexity and cost. Lastly, you don't have to purchase a separate SMS service for push notifications, as an example. You can do push, SMS, and email notifications in the platform at scale. And fourth, cross-platform. We hear that customers need the strengths of native and PWA and a strong integration fabric to give you a complete platform with a single code base for your apps. Scripting and automated testing plus DevOps are all embedded, and this is included in App Factory. Also, this platform helps organizations build apps quickly with low code and simplify their component and API management. I'm sure we can all use that type of features and functionality. In 2021, we have an exciting roadmap planned for Volt MX. While other vendors claim to have LCAP for professional developers, only Volt MX is truly an industrial strength platform. I can't wait for you to try Volt MX. In the era of driving digital innovations, business leaders and digital innovators can improve operations, differentiate their brands, and provide better services to their stakeholders. If you can imagine it, you can build it in Volt MX. CTOs and CIOs can accelerate development teams' speed of solution delivery from months to weeks to meet the demand of their businesses, and 50 to 70% faster in most scenarios. If you are a professional developer, the integrated DevOps and automated testing, simplified back-end integration, and the ability to use cool technologies such as AR, VR are incredibly exciting. And for the Domino community, Jason and Andrew have a Volt roadmap session at the factory tour, and they'll share their vision for Volt MX and Domino. I am sure you're going to want to hear that as well. So for all of you, obviously we're incredibly excited about Volt MX's introduction into our portfolio. We are offering a free trial of Volt MX. Please scan this QR code to get in touch and start to use the tool immediately. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference. There's a lot of great sessions to come. Again, we're incredibly excited about Volt MX in the future. Thank you and have a great day.